Hey everyone, this is Christian Carmody, PhD candidate, researcher, and former high school educator. Welcome to my channel and welcome to my first video. This will be an introduction to the world of research that I am buried in, which is intellectual virtues. Now, I wanted to start my first video by explaining to you all what intellectual virtues are. And while it's very philosophical in nature, this concept is something that we all know, and many of us probably embody. We just don't know that we know it. And after I introduce that concept, I also want to briefly discuss why any of this matters. Why should we be learning about intellectual virtues and why should we be learning about them today? And my hope is that you can take away some thought-provoking insight, some research, and practical tips that you can apply in your professional settings, personal life, as well as in your school setting if you're a teacher or if you're a student. So let's begin. Intellectual virtues. These are dispositions and character traits that give rise to excellent thinking. So, examples would be intellectual humility, intellectual courage, intellectual autonomy, many more, which I will discuss in other videos. These are similar and different from what we commonly refer to as moral virtues. Moral virtues are the way we act in the world when no one is looking, but also how we treat our neighbors and our colleagues. It's essentially the character traits that we as a society find acceptable. Now, intellectual virtues are similar, but it's not in reference necessarily to our behavior to others. It's more about how we approach knowledge, whether that's the way in which we're engaging with a book or a documentary, or how we engage in an intellectual argument, debate, or deliberation with other individuals. And the key difference between the two has to do with what we're motivated by. So, overall, people who are intellectually virtuous, these are individuals who are motivated to acquire truth, understanding, and knowledge above all else. Whereas other moral virtues have their own lanes of motivation with an overarching motivation to be essentially a good person.